Hello, English 112 students. I wanted to make a quick video to answer some of the questions that I've been getting over email about things that might not be super clear just from reading the syllabus and looking from the Blackboard course. So the very first thing, I'm showing our Blackboard course here. The very first thing is that on the left here, you want to start with the Start Here button. It sounds silly when I say it, start with Start Here, but there's a lot going on over here, right? So it can be hard to notice that when you're just looking at the kind of sea of information. So start there. From there, you can navigate to the syllabus here, and this is going to be the document that you open to take a look at the syllabus. And I want to walk you through just a few things from our syllabus. Okay. So the very first thing is textbooks. Okay, so for English 111, and then also for some of our other English classes in the department, we use digital textbooks. So those materials are first day ready. They're in the Blackboard course as soon as you get started. For English 112, we don't have that capability. So we do have My Writing Lab, but you will still have to have 2 hard copy books. And so the first of those is this one. If you kind of look at the corner where my face is, there we go. Building Bridges Through Writing. Okay, so that's the first one. And this is the book that our videos are based on, our department videos are based on. And then this one, if you've taken English 111 at Forsyth Tech before, you will probably already have. This is the, let me try to get it straight here, the writer's reference. Okay, so both of those textbooks can be purchased from the Forsyth Tech bookstore webpage. And if you need that link, send me an email and I will send that to you. There's a link to it available on My Forsyth Tech, or excuse me, not My Forsyth Tech, Forsyth Tech link. And then I think also on the Forsyth Tech basic web page, like if you type in www.forsythtech.edu, I think it's on there also, but I'll send you the direct link if you want it. So those are the 2 textbooks that you will need. Another thing to point out is that, let me scroll down, there is My Writing Lab assistance. So there is the Pearson support page, which I link to you to here. That only goes so far though, right? So it's one of those kind of fact sheets, FAQ sheets that says, if you have this problem, try this. Well, we've all been in a situation before, I would think, where we try X, Y, Z, and yet still it's not doing what it's supposed to. So typically we have representatives from Pearson sitting at a desk outside the bookstore at the start of every semester, and they help you with My Writing Lab. Of course, this semester is a little different because we are in the era of COVID-19. So they will be online and ready to help you. So there are links in the syllabus that you can click directly, and you can sign up for slots on Monday, June 1st. If those time slots do not work for your schedule, again, please let me know and I'll see what I can do to work on that for you, to get more help desk sessions set up, or just to put you in touch with one of our representatives from Pearson who can help you. This is something that you've paid for, and so it's something that I want to make sure is actually working for you. Because otherwise, what did you pay for, right? Okay, on the schedule, I wanted to break down a few things. So on the schedule and in the Blackboard course site, there's a lot of what can be considered kind of noise, right? So there's a lot of text, and it's hard to parse out for yourselves what of that is essential, right? What of that is going to critically affect my grade? So while everything here is required, I do want to draw your attention to the things that are absolutely critical, okay? So anytime you see something that is in italics, that is an assignment that you need to turn in. That is with the exception, of course, of book titles. Okay, so book titles are in italics because, as we know, in MLA format, we italicize book titles. So that's why that is there. All of the assignments, however, that you need to turn in are going to be in italics. So you notice locate syllabus and print copy. That is an essential part of being successful in the course, but you're not going to be graded on it. It's not something that you're going to turn into Blackboard and I'm going to give you a rubric and a comments feedback on. Okay, let's see. So if you look at Sunday, May 31st, for instance, and you look at what is italicized, you have the Reading Strategies Discussion Board, or DB, and you have the Deconstructing the Assignment Sheet assignment, which is a mouthful, and we'll look at that towards the end of the video, what that is and what you need to use for that assignment. And then finally the MLA Basic Setup assignment, which many of you have already submitted. Some of you have already submitted, in fact, more than one version. You're already submitting those corrections. So awesome. Keep that level of interaction up as the semester continues, and you will do great work. You'll be very successful this semester. A couple of notes while we're talking about it on the MLA Basic Setup assignment. One thing, I did not knock points off for it, but I do not have a doctorate. I may one day. That is on my my list of lifelong goals. But right now I have a 3-year-old and an 8-month-old, so it'll be a minute. I do not have a doctorate. I appreciate the honorary doctorates with the title doctor, but Mrs. is fine, professor is fine, instructor is fine. Also, be really careful when you're formatting the class to include the course code. So many of your instructors will be teaching more than one section of a class. For instance, this summer, I'm teaching English 112 801K and 802K, which means that if I see English 112, I don't automatically know which group your assignment has been submitted from. Okay, so that's another thing to look out for. On the whole, though, it looks like you all were really paying attention in English 111 or whatever comparable class you took at another college, and you're really just nailing the MLA Basic Setup. And I'm really enjoying reading your attitudes towards writing and your prior experiences. So, moving on, you'll notice here too, these pieces are italicized. You will also have a grade for those. With my writing lab, you will probably test out of some of these sections. So if you get a star saying complete, then you just check it off your list, which is one reason I recommend printing the syllabus, because I like to kind of physically check things off as I go. So if you're not typically someone who prints things and checks it off, try it this semester and see if that works for you. Your first major assignment in the class is going to be the cover letter and resume assessment. You'll notice, and I'm sorry if this gives you whiplash, I'm going to scroll up. You'll notice when you look at the grade breakdown, and it's hidden here between a lot of other bolded text, when you look at the grade breakdown, you'll notice that there are these 3 assignments here that are worth more than 10% each individually. The first is the cover letter and resume. The second is the problems in the profession assessment. That will be an APA style research paper. The third is a literature paper where you will get a chance to analyze an aspect of a piece of literature. Each of these is a major assignment. So these are ones that you really want to put all of your best efforts into. Of course, all of those other minor assignments, like the MLA Basic Setup assignment, like the discussion board, like the Deconstructing the Assignment Sheet assignment that you have coming up, those are all lumped into this 30%. And of course, you want to do them to the best of your ability. That's how you get an A, right? Is you do everything to the best of your ability. However, each of those assignments is going to be worth less overall, percentage-wise, in the course, okay? So those are a few things that I wanted to draw your attention to in the syllabus. Coming back to the Blackboard course, you can hear the garbage truck outside my house. When you click on coursework, the first thing here is my virtual office. This links you directly to my personal Zoom meeting, and I will be there from 10 to 11 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I just finished my first, or excuse me, not my first, my office hour for today. And then Tuesday, Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. If these don't work for you, just let me know and we can meet another time. I am mostly working from home over the summer, but we may be returning in July, at which case we'll reassess. But for now, everything is virtual, so assuming someone can wrangle my 2 kids, I'm available at several points during the day. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask for help. In the modules themselves, again, there's a lot of noise, right? It's there in case you're interested. So if you want to know exactly what course level outcomes we are addressing in each module, we tell you, right? If you want to know what this module is going to be about, we tell you. There's a reminder of the schedule. But for those of you who get overwhelmed by information, lots of text on a page, I'm going to kind of break down for you what is critical. So again, every single module will have these pieces of information, but if you have those and you're say, okay, that's not what I need, just what do I need to turn in? Just scroll to find the places where you actually turn something in, okay? So you'll notice a lot of this stuff: netiquette for corresponding with an instructor, advice to students when sending an email to your instructor, a lecture on how to use the handbook, so it's on how to use this thing. These pieces, again, you're not going to be graded on. They're to help you be successful in the class, okay? Anytime you see a link like this one, that is something that you absolutely need to complete. Or if you see a link like this one with an assignment. Notice here, and many of you again have already found it, there are 2 attachments. That's where you're going to find the assignment instructions. So if you're looking at just the kind of overview, you might say, wait, what do I need to do? Whereas if you open up the instructions, it'll give you a clearer idea of exactly what's expected. Okay. One more thing I want to go through, and we're about to hit my free screen recorder time limit. One more thing I wanted to go through was the deconstructing the assignment sheet assignment. Again, what a mouthful. One of these years I will come up with a new name for that. All you need to do is print the guidelines and rubric for the first major assignment in the course. Again, for this course, that is going to be your resume and cover letter, which is in the business writing module. And then complete the activities listed by the first bullet in box 2.1 of Building Bridges. I have a scan of Building Bridges, box 2.1. So if you're waiting on to get your textbook, send me an email and I can send you that scan. Okay. Basically what it's going to ask you to do is print the assignment, highlight it, make some annotations on it. Just show me that you know how to break down an assignment and understand it. Okay, so these are kind of basic things, almost like readiness to be in the course kinds of assignments. Before we get into the meatier things, we're kind of making sure that you know how to do the basics before we add on new information. So I've thrown a lot at you, but hopefully some of that helped clarify some things that you were struggling with. And if you have lingering questions after watching this video, please reach out and let me know. One final thing I want to just clarify for you before I let you go. What is due this week? Okay, so what is due this week is the MLA Basic Document Setup assignment. Okay, so that is due Sunday. Okay. I'm losing it. Where did it go? Not losing it, losing the assignments. The Reading Strategies Discussion Board and the Deconstructing the Assignment Sheet assignment. In addition to that, if you are able to get the learning path for my writing lab completed, that is ideal. Okay, so if you have any questions after watching this, that's my daughter, sorry, please let me know. That's my cue, folks. So I will check in with you again soon.